Africa belongs to Africans. Africa, I belong to anyone else. I belong to AUC chair. I belong to presidents. And African Union is the union of Africa. But how comes Africa is not united? Ukiangalia vizuri, Africa is divided with African blocks. Kuna SADC, kuna EAC, kuna this other side ya Western. There is North Africa. Wenyewe wako zile za. We are divided on Islamic grounds and religious grounds. So there was a guy called there's this guy called Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi had a new project for Africa, but Muammar Gaddafi didn't go far because the support of Africans is so hard. Na sasa when Raila was there was so much division in Raila lileta, and in my podcast, my followers can testify who have followed my work. On the 28th of January, I predicted ya kwamba Mahmoud Ali will be the chairman of AUC and Raila will come back to national politics. Was I sure? Yes, I was sure. And one thing is about Raila Odinga, first of all, alikuwa anasupportiwa na the president. Now the president is a good friend of Yoweri Museveni and Kagame. And still I have talked about the M23 rebels. And the M23 rebels, these are people who are sponsored, claiming they are being sponsored by these same people, Yoweri Museveni and Kagame. And this is a big deal that we are having in Congo. Congolese are all over Africa. As we speak, they are in our country, they are in other countries such as South Africa, wamezunguka all over this area. The only place they can't be is in Congo. So looking at Africa and I'm wondering, how did we get into this mess? When others were going forward, si tulikuwa tunabaki nyuma. And African Union cannot work because we are employees of the whites. If whites today say they are not giving us debt, then there's nothing we can do. So there's a time yenye iliatakiwa, there is an embassy of Kenya iliatakiwa. And the first place the president called was the embassy of French talking to Macron. So you are being told ya kwamba there is a big mess yenye we are in as Africans. And I was looking at the United States. There's this guy called Elon Musk. The best brains of Africa zinatumika abroad. Ukipata such guys like Elon Musk, this guy's father was a South African, but they went ahead. So they are poaching the best of us. Kama we leo utapata A, upate A, utaambiwa, where do you want to go? You are given a sponsorship to Harvard. Go to Harvard and study. After Harvard, ama Duke University, ama University of Pennsylvania, University, Massachusetts, you become their employee, best lawyer, best whatever, best mathematician. You become the employee in the first world countries. Yet, in your home country, there is a big problem. As a Pan-Africanist, I can say that this is a mess that we created, and it's up to Africans to unite. Ilikuwa nasikia speech ya Prezo wakiongelelea barabara. Hizi za gari zinaenda wapi to Isiolo. Yet Africans cannot come together and bring the intertrade. Ulikuwa nasikia in the mjadala speech yenye Raila alikuwa nayo. They came with very beautiful points. These points with the Anglophones now, Raila Odinga and all this Mahmoud Ali and Mandrato. These points were very beautiful, but the implementation of these points is the problem. Kwa sababu no one is willing to implement it. We are all willing to get the money for implementation, yet no one is willing to implement. So hapo ndo shida inaingililia kwamba we are so independent. We are so independent in terms of thinking, but when it comes to implementation, we demand other people to help us. Yet we are the ones with the natural resources, but the money, the finance is defined by other people. So finance ikiwa defined na the whites, wenyewe wanasema forex trading, pesa ya Kenya imeshuka, and in this country, their money is worthless. And that is the money that you are all fighting for. Rat race, yenyewe we are going in and out to look for the same amount. So I'm realizing that you are in a big mess, because if you're looking for the same money that is governed by one master, because life as we see it right now is defined by finance. Finance is the head. If you are in control of the finances, in control of debt, in control of all these things, then you define the world. So when they came in and took gold, they gave us money in return. And when they gave us money in return, that is to tell us that they have the gold and we have the paper. So this paper was worth something, yet gold was also worth something. So wakaenda na gold, wakatuachia pesa. This money yenye we are talking about, we are still fighting for it up to now. And we see this budget yenye people are chasing. People are like Gen Z walikuwa wanataka kufight the finance bill. So Raila kakama akasema, cheki, mimi nataka niungane na president ndio ili finance bill tujue vile tutaihold alafu something happens. So he became a problem with the Gen Z, and these are the same people when they went out to protest against Raila winning the AUC, because his support of the president and winning the AUC will mean that this will be oppression of the country. So most Kenyans walikuwa against the idea of Raila winning, against Raila winning, but Africa, kuna watu wenye walikuwa wanasema this Raila is a big guy. He was the most famous among the three, yet he lost. He was the most liked among the three, yet he lost. People didn't know Mahmoud before him vying. People didn't know Mandrato before him vying. But the moment they stepped in, then people were like, it's either Raila or anti-Raila. Because when we were looking at it, when Mandrato was being supported by Sadiq, and Mandrato dropped out, all the Sadiq members went to Mahmoud, because they were like, if it's not Mandrato, then it's Mahmoud, because no Raila. Why? He's supported by Kagame and Yoweri. And these two people are the same people supporting M23. And M23 are killing some of the South African soldiers in Congo. M23 are killing some of the people who are there to protect the people of Congo. So is M23 a good party? Is M23 supported by these people and we're the ones who are supporting them? So inaleta kesi in Africa, but Africa needs to be united. We need to live like African brothers and sisters, because we are in the same mess and we need to be united by our problems. Otherwise, musau kulike na kufollow. Best podcast ever, StoRynamosee.